The story of a shadow being becoming a time god because of a mistake.
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. This bitch. Sleeping. Huh? Huh? What is this?
Congratulations on becoming the new god. Because you killed the old one, you're now going to have to replace them and have to do all the work that they have left behind.
Wait, what? Congratulations!
Welcome to the new god. You're going to need a
Ooh,
weapon.
and some new clothes.
Educate
A
yourself.
shadow being, right? The one that takes care of the dead.
Good luck.
You're my friend now. We're getting soft tacos later. A new puppy!
Uh.
Oh my god, ew, what's that hunk of lump of dirt doing on the floor? It's so gross. Ew.
Another one.
Are you eating watermelon?
Yeah, you want some? Wolfie bounced around to different worlds collecting friends and pets. There were many worlds that needed to be fixed, and the job's never done for a god who needs to clean up other gods' works. So... yeah, alright, bye. I should have just went to just chatting. What about here? I jumped the gun a little. Hi, everyone. Oh my god, like, I couldn't towards the end of the thing. Like, my brain was so dead at the end of that video. Thank you. Oh my god, that thing is so big. And you guys probably couldn't even hear that because I didn't undo.
Oh my god, you're so fucking cute!
That. Here, I'll turn all the alerts kind of back on. Thanks, Bam! And, oh, you guys can totally see that. I will do that later. Stop touching it! Hi, Agree. So here she is. I wonder what weird corpse made this. Exactly. It's a little weird being Live2D again, but look at my wave. So, how did you guys like the Thor video? My favorite's the bird. We could. Technically. The thing is, like, I can't hear the volume, but I knew exactly what was going on because the amount of times that I rewatched that shit last night recording, yes. Oh my god, Daro, it was just like, there was a bird! There was a bird! Hello my siblings. It's nice to have you all here. Nice to know that the thing doesn't freak out when I drink tea. Don't think about the family tree. Exactly. Don't think about it. I will upload just the video later, but... What are you doing, step bro child? Exactly. How are these things done? If my brain doesn't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. Here. We can get into these lore pages. Or whatever these pages are. As you can tell, definitely low budget. I mean, the highest budget ever. Low budget is best budget. Exactly. Especially everything that is done at last minute. So, we'll start. My name is Zeus. Or Zeus. Or Wolfie. Wolfie. I answer mostly by Wolfie. Though I will recognize if you say the full name, but it's like weird. It's like walking up and saying like, hello, Caroline Necromancer. I feel like it's just your full name that you like. No one, like, only like if you're in trouble and your mom's calling you by your full name and you know you're in trouble, you're just like, I gotta fucking leave. Hello, Flamingo. I'm so glad you guys can drop by. So, my ways. I was originally a shadow being, still a shadow being, but as you now know, they promoted me to God. Still don't know how I accidentally killed one, but sure. Occupation, yes, because now I'm the time god, yay. It happens, it does. You accidentally kill a god and they're like, you're gonna be the temp now. You're gonna do everything. And I'm like, An artist. There was another comma because there was supposed to be, like, I was supposed to think up more things, but brain can't think late at night. And watching a horror game to kind of keep me awake wasn't going to, like, yeah, it did its job. Around when I was supposed to be sleeping. Just rewind time. Yeah, exactly. I just need to go back in time. Just pause time. Let me do all my stuff. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, like, it's just something that it's, like, hard to type, and I'm just like, I'm so used to typing it. Yes, my birthday. April 25th. I think was it April 24th, Laura's birthday? Or was it 25th? Oh, you added Hado? Thank you, Carl. You're the best. Is the record the dad or... Yeah, because the mom is the artist. Age. I was supposed to count the years. You gave birth to yourself. I was just suddenly appeared. Do. And mess with the time just to finish art. Exactly. So your daddy, Caro. Let me put down my tea without spilling it. I'm daddy. Oh my god, you're daddy again! It was canon before you were. Oh no. Yeah, I hate when the things get weird. I need my daddy. Yes, I am 5'6". I'm taller than Caro. Though. being a shadow means I can change my height. Cara's a mead. I thought that said Poppy instead of Papa. Oops. You may be tall in your country, but not here. Puppy. Languages. Yes, I speak English. And yes, I do know my name's in German, and no, I cannot speak it. It's a whole ass story. And it's because my brother is fluent, and it's like one of those things where you had the username for a while. And then someone takes it, so you put it in a different language. Dog. So I just decided German because the Time Wolf was my old username for stuff. Crokinetic. Yes, just gets an extra like part of like a leg. But she's got to get two of the same leg. It's her. She's gonna be like lopsided, like do 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 do. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to plug in my computer. There. Yeah. Oh wow, I'm like literally blocking the tag, but I drew that. So I can block my own tag. No one needs to know that I draw stuff. No one needs to know that I will be doing art streams now that I have a thing, and don't you dare bring this German into this. Art dweebs! Exactly! That lore video that we just saw, I might be redoing it on stream. Once I have the, my tablet. A proper tablet. Yes, a proper tablet. And that, and I'm going to be doing my, like, thumbnails for YouTube. I think that would be fun. Okay. Showcasing who did my art. My papa. And then the backgrounds. Because I've been using the same background. It's me. I drew my own model. It was a pain in the butt. It's kind of funny how long, like, models get put into the works. Because I think I started this over a year ago. Like, I started sketching it out. And then, like... I started sketching it out, and then, like, I was just like, anatomy. Throw it away. Because Caro's model was getting sketched during the time still. I'll never let this go. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, Caro. Hello, Motka. My baby boy. Yeah, there was a whole stream where Caro and I sat down and we went through 3 hours of renaming the layers. And that was fun. You're lucky. I am. I'm so lucky that you love me so much. It's literally like, no way, no rigger would definitely accept the model the way she was. Because the program that I used in my tablet could not handle really any other play.
Tap.
The thing is, I don't think you guys can hear that, but thanks. The jump scares still work. I still hear them. So Bam, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. And thank you for scaring me. And I hope that everyone enjoys their emotes and their little sub badge. But, oh my gosh. Rap, tap, tap. You! Carl! Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna make me forget what I was speaking. But my tablet doesn't allow me to name layers. And my... I heard that. Oh, you guys probably can hear that. I hear the desktop audio going, so... Rap, tap, tap. Oh my gosh. We hear it. Yeah. I figured afterwards, it was like, I see the thing going. I'm like, oh, TG, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Caro, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Hope all of you enjoy your emotes. The bitches. Yeah. You guys can finally hear when the hype train goes off. On the last day, too. And there's Maltz. I was like, we don't even have kids today. But yeah, she painstakingly took a while to draw, especially the hair, which I will show you guys more up close, but it's not a Wolfie stream without a doggo barking. Yes, I love my doggos, but oh, it's always the barking. I'm wearing the coat too. Maru! Hi! I hope you enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Oh my gosh. The hype train is just like in my face. But yeah. So, thank you so much, Caro, for putting up with my shit. And I hope the next time that I send you something, it will have layer names. Shove the hype train in your face. Yes. Okay. Here comes the long panel. Because... Thank you. If you couldn't tell, Caro is my role model. And I think I'm gonna have to end up moving myself over because I'll do that when we get closer to the games. But yeah. Yes. Caro's my role model for anything VTuber wise because she is the one who got me into VTubing. I think she was the one who started and then like the rest of our group kind of followed. Yes, Caro, you're my role model. Is it am I terrified that I am waiting? Why y'all like to blame me? Because we're sheep and we like to follow. Okay, so these panels right here were actually kind of difficult for me to do because I have to sit there and I was like, you're saying I'm not your role? Daro, you're not my role model. Have you seen the shit you do? No! 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 I can't believe you did this! There. Happy now. No! Really? Really, you two?
Ada, ada. Ada, ada.
Oh my god, you're so
There.
fucking cute!
There. You guys got 3. 3. As much as I would love to play with you, I really don't like first-person shooters. Oh, the Wheezy emote? Yeah. I could stream me doing the emotes. You're forgiven now. Thank you. First time I had enough points in a while. Alright, let's just start down the like list. So, of course my puppies are at the top of the list. I love my puppies. I love Oatmeal or Haferflocken. And Motka. I love Motka. My sweet baby boy. I call him my baby boy because I watched him get born. Yes, thank you guys for the hype train. It's valid. Yep. Reading. It's literally on my Discord little thing. It's like if it doesn't say that I'm doing something, it says probably reading because I'm probably reading. Like, I'll sit there because most of the time it's on my phone. I'll just sit there and read. Like 4 hours, like everything. Oh my gosh. My mom's loud. Yes, Karo is just seeing me just lay down. Like, I could be, what? I don't know if you see, like, if Karo, like, ever recognized, like, oh, so there's CDs! Yeah! Bluey, you leave Bluey out of... Yes, I do DM Karo sometimes where I'm just like, I know I'm supposed to be sleeping, but... Tea, yes. I enjoy, Earl Grey. I drink Earl Grey the most. I ended up having to learn how to drink tea when I was in France because I couldn't just keep drinking their milk. They did not have a lot of milk, and I felt bad, and I was getting tired of drinking water. So, Earl Grey, and then, I've tried multiple different teas at this point. I think the one that I did like the most was, I think it was a strawberry matcha that I really enjoyed. Earl Grey, I have to have like sugar with it. But the strawberry matcha is like sweet in itself, so you don't have to add sugar. And I'm drinking my tea now. Yeah, unlike Karo, I cannot drink coffee, so tea's usually the only thing that I can get, like, caffeine from. You like your milky sugar tea? Yes. Yes, I do like my milky sugar tea. I know you do, Karo. I'm still laughing at the time that you got hot chocolate. Builder's tea, really? Drama. That is still like one of my favorite stories was just you getting hot chocolate instead of your coffee. 5 teaspoons. I don't know how much sugar I put in. I wing it. I just dump sugar in and be like, yep, this is the amount of sugar I'm having for today. Sometimes I do put too much sugar. I haven't done it lately, but yeah. Does it become syrup? No, it doesn't actually. It probably doesn't, and you probably hear me say like it's a lot of sugar, but It's a big cup. Caro can agree because it's in my Chicago mug, and my Chicago mug is huge. And I should probably end up figuring out how many ounces or whatever this cup is, but no idea. It's just a big cup.
Oh my god, you're so fucking cute!
Thank you, Mario. You're cute too. And I do wish you all the luck in Dead Space. Okay. Watermelon and honeydew. As you like, if you were here, not Dead Space. Yeah, they're playing Dead Space 3, and I'm like, Mama. From the lore video, you saw that I was just eating watermelon. I love watermelon since I was little, and I can eat the entire an entire big ass watermelon to myself. I didn't end up like honeydew melons until like later. Hi, Vincent! It's been a while. Thank you. I love my model. Caro did such a good job on the rigging. Like, the fact is that it will, like, it knows when I open my eyes wide enough so I could do that. Like, I used to fight with my V-Roy to do that expression so much.
Yeah!
Thank you for gifting that sub, but I didn't end up liking honeydew melon until, like, I think college is when I first was starting to have it. I think it was, like, because of the, an ice cream that I would walk all the way to Japantown for to get this, honeydew, ice cream. And then I would start eating it. Is it bad that I forgot you're one of the first sub? Like, because I see the founder's bed, I'm like, oh. And then Fluffy thinks, look at my couch, it's Fluffy. But, oh, I love fluffy blankets and like fluffy stuffed animals. I did have plushies on the list, but then I will put more. The ones that I put weren't available anymore, so I had to get rid of them. But I can put more on my list. It can sit in right next to me because I have a bed with all like a bunch of stuffed animals on it. But yeah, I will figure out which ones I want and then put it on. I love winter. I love the snow. I can't live without snow. Kara lives in the tropics, but I need my snow. I love my winters. And I was just like, especially like after freshly fallen snow when I don't have to shovel it. I'm like, I love just staring at it. It's like probably one of my favorite things to kind of draw. Like, I love doing backgrounds, but just come here, Caro. I keep telling you. It hurt. I guess just one in your eyes, not like when you're not used to it, isn't like, yeah, it's probably gonna hurt. I'm just like imagining the times where I get pelted in the face by the snowballs. And then sweets. I love sweets. I have candy dishes next to my computer at all time. I have 3 bags. I have a candy dish, and then I have Halloween candy, and then I have a bag of mints that I bought a while ago, but I bought the huge ass bag. So it's taking me forever to get through it. I think I bought the bag when I had like COVID. Or I had like some cough and I couldn't take the mints anymore because they were like, I felt like they made my cough worse. I'm like, dang it. But yes, I love adding like honey and other stuff to like all kinds of things, like probably some things that probably shouldn't even have honey on, but I'm like, honey. Or candy canes. Candy canes are my favorite. I absolutely love them. If you couldn't really tell, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. So, naps. I love naps. I love sleeping. Caro can attest this because I would literally, I bought a fluffy dog bed for our apartment so I could sleep on the floor. It was meant for Caro's room because that was the only room that had some sort of signal. Because we didn't have the Wi-Fi thing in, it was gonna take a few days. So I bought a dog bed so I could just lay there. And happy Halloween! I'm not gonna play a scary game today just because. I scared myself a little too much last night. I feel my bed and she just smooshed over. Oh yeah. It was either I would just be laying on your bed and where I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. Good night. Comfy. We'll just go like across to the dislikes and then down. Dislikes were actually the thing that gave me the most trouble. Because I had to really think about different things that I dislike. Well, the first one was pretty easy. I don't like cheese. Like, kind of just straight up cheese. Like, I can't eat straight up cheese. Like, string cheese or anything like that, I can't. Different things with cheese that I'm like, oh, a little offensive. But I can have, like, mozzarella sticks, pizza, of course. I'm literally thinking of, like, spaghetti pie, which I'm like, that's not a normal thing. If it, like, curds? No. Like, it's very weird. Like, I do try, like, every few years to taste cheese, but I literally, I can't do it. Cheese curds? No, I cannot. It's just not happening. I need to have it with something. Like, I can't just eat it straight. And then even at times like that, it's not. There's mozzarella sticks I could have. They're like literally my favorite as a kid. Which, and I cannot have mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is the one thing. I think it was actually mac and cheese that spurred my dislike for cheese. So I can't have mac and cheese. There's a restaurant here called the Melting Pot, and I cannot be in that restaurant. Because at some point they melt cheese, and even like that, when it's a lot of cheese like that, and the smell gets to me, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like this. So, cheese, not happening. And then sometimes, even sometimes like cheese on pizza, is too much.
mozzarella is top tier. Other cheeses. Yeah. I took French. I could read a menu. They would she would bring in like cheese and other other little French foods and like showcase it to us, and I was like,
Oh my God, you're so
hey
fucking cute!
Sanity. And that's when I would try cheese again, and it just wasn't working. It's not those things where I'm like, I hate it, never trying it. I do try it every now and then, thinking like maybe my taste buds have changed, but no. Spiders. I hate spiders. I've always hated spiders. I know our spiders aren't even that big. Still hate them. I've grown more tolerable of spiders as long as they don't crawl across my chest when I'm laying down in bed. We're fine. It's happened way too many times. Way too many times. I'm like, would be watching something on the phone, so my phone's laying on my chest. And then all I see is just movement walk across my chest, and I'm like, well, I'm not sleeping in my bed anymore. Hidden spider. Oh my gosh. Not like they're not hidden, but I had one like hanging by a web. I think I still had shampoo in my hair, and I was like, nope, nope. I turned out the water and then I went over to my mom's room to finish my shower, and I told my little brother, I was like, there's a spider in there. Heads up. And he was calling me a wimp and blah blah blah. And then he went in and he's like, there's no spider in here. And then he screams like a little girl because he found it. I was like, you dumbass. I'll sleep on the couch. Luckily our couch is comfy. But usually at times like that I just go over to my mom's room and I crawl in bed and I'm just like, I'm sleeping here now. I do scare my mom every now and then because she's like, there's a human being in here with me. Yeah, no. I know about the huntsman spiders. I know that they're there for a reason. They keep like the badder spiders away. But still, no. No, I can't even handle small spiders. And then Carl tells me about the time that she stepped on one. No. Exactly. I'm always terrified if I'm like sitting on the toilet and then a spider crawls on my ass. I think I would just leave. Yeah, Carl can't walk around barefoot because of that trauma of stepping on a spider. Which is completely fair. So here's where, like, the contradictory of myself. I hate the cold. I'm always cold. There's a reason I have this coat. I'm always cold. Doesn't matter if I'm in the summer, the winter, no matter. I'm cold. The reason why I will still live in a cold climate is because I'm like the same level of cold throughout the thing. They're the itsy bitsy spider where they're like, oh, we gotta come back inside. Washed away. Ugh. Scary movies. I'm fine with scary games. I don't mind if there is a scary game. I want to see, like, the ending to the scary game. Like, I'm totally fine with doing that. Scary movies, no. No. I can do suspenseful movies, but anything that has a jump scare in it, no. I'm done. Have to be drunk, yes. The only reason why that added thing is because of Caro. Because they got me drunk to watch a movie, and it was the funniest shit that I have ever seen. I was calling the demon Michael Jackson because he looks like the white version. Yes. It was just, I can just handle scary movies better that way. But other than that, I tend to get kind of nightmares easily, and I'm just like, eh. Not that scary games can't give me nightmares, because, or they didn't really, they didn't give me a nightmare this night, but, call me Debbie Domo. But yeah, scary movies, just not my cup of tea. Doesn't mean I won't go with friends if they drag me, but I try to avoid it very much. Smoking. I hate it so much. It could be weed, it could be cigarettes, it doesn't matter. It's vaping too. I don't like pretty much any of it. I smelled it all. I live with a grandpa who smokes. I hate him every single time he walks out after smoking. Hate him. It's just, Which is kind of leading into the next one, which is strong smelling candles and perfumes. I got this from my mother. I may not have a strong nose like my mother, but I can't handle strong smells. It gives me a headache, and it's just, yeah, like, I lived with roommates who would come back smelling a lot like the devil's lettuce. Yeah, like, I can't, like, I can go around, I can, like, smell, like, the candles and, like, maybe the perfume in the store, but I can't do it for long. I was allergic to perfume for a while. I don't think I'm so bad now, but it's still, I don't usually end up wearing perfume at all. It's just something that I'm just like, eh. I do have perfume bottles, but they probably are expired, but I don't know when they expire, but I still have them. Strong smelling candles. I've tried. I do have some, like, I do like candles. They have to be very, like, kind of softish. And then I have to have the fan going in the room, so, like, it disperses the smell of it, but I can't. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes my idiot self buys one, and I'm like, maybe I'll be fine. I'm not fine. The sun. I hate the sun. I like the warmth that it gives. I hate the sun, though. I can live in, like, 80-degree weather, but I would be more fine if the sun wasn't shining on me. So, the thing in the sky. Yeah. I'm the type of person who will walk around with the umbrella. I am the person who will walk around with that sun parcel. It was just like, yep, this is me. I do have, my flesh form has very pale skin. So, I burn like a piece of toast. But, yeah. TG can attest to how much my heat tolerance is really good. I'm just always cold, though, which is probably why my heat tolerance is very good. Everyone's just like, would be like, oh my gosh, it's so hot outside. And I'd be like, la da 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 da, which works wonders when I'm in cosplay. Because everyone's like, aren't you hot? I'm like, no, I'm perfect. Especially I have this Umbreon's costume that has like a fur. And I'm just like, everyone's like, aren't you hot? I'm like, no, I'm perfect. I'm at the perfect temperature right now. So this one, to test my lights. The next one, being woken up. I don't know if Caro has ever seen me being woken up. I know Trash has, because she woke me up one time. She saw my face and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." TG can attest to this because I think he's done it maybe once. I have from afar. It is scary. I hate being woken up. It is just one of the things, especially if it's under 10 minutes or at least like maybe under 30 minutes of me beginning my nap. If you wake me up before that time, you will see the face. Like, I don't mind like as much if it's over that time, because my naps will sometimes reach into 6 hours. But being woken up, I'm very upset. Very. And my mother had seen it multiple times. She's also seen me after eye surgery when I couldn't sleep, which is also very scary. But yeah, there are my dislikes. Like, oh my gosh, going down this entire thing, like, the dislikes took me the longest because I was like, because I actually had to think about what I disliked, and it was just like, oh. Entire yes. I don't do well staying up 24 hours. It just doesn't happen. Caro has seen me bring a blanket or whatever and just sleep in class before. The teacher was like, "Really?" And I was like, I didn't do laundry, so the only thing I had was shorts. And I was like, I'm cold. And I'm going to sleep. She's also seen me sleep on the floor in the line because he had to check our artwork. And I was sleeping on the floor in the line. And I would just scoot across anytime the line moved. And the teacher walked by and was like, "You know that floor is dirty, right?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Does it look like I give a fuck?" And he's like, "No." I continued on. It was a charcoal class, so the ground was very dirty. But I was like, it washes out. I'll be fine. But yes. Moving on to movies and show. This is kind of what I took from Caro. I looked at Caro's thing and I was like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. But I got rid of music since I don't really like, I like genres of music. I don't like just specific bands. So I was like, we're just gonna switch it over to reading. And then Caro's like, "Oh, shows. These are the shows." And I sat there and I was like, I don't really watch shows. It was just going to be a movie list until I remembered, oh, I like Bluey. The little children's cartoon. And I was like, that's a show. But yeah, Lady and the Tramp and the 101 Dalmatians were Lady and the Tramp was hands down my favorite Disney movie as a kid. Still one of my favorites. It's kind of what I want, like, my backgrounds to look like is Lady and the Tramp, because I adore the backgrounds in that one. And then just like the art style. Yeah. There was a, like, if you watch it on Disney, it gives you this little warning. It's like, yes, we do understand this thing is wrong, but instead of removing it, we're acknowledging that it is wrong. And I'm like, oh, couldn't remember for the life of me. I was like, what was wrong in the movie? And then we get to the cat scene, and I was like, now I remember. I like completely blank out the cat scene every single time. I'm just like, oops. Not the she is my yes. I gotta practice on backgrounds again. I could probably do that with the new program, but I love the music in that one too. Just overall, I just love it as a movie. I was about to ask, yeah, it's the cat scene. I just completely forgot. 101 Dalmatians, pretty much any animal movie as a kid, I was like all over it. I was like, this is mine. I love it. The cousin in another world, and we're like, oh no, yeah. It is like kind of a catchy thing, but yeah, I do understand it being bad. And it was just like, ah. So 101 Dalmatians, I wanted 101 Dalmatians. Like, it was my dream as a kid. I was like, I'm gonna have so many dogs. I have two. I have 2 dogs. Which aren't technically mine, they're my brother's, but they've been living here for 6 years at this point. He's still trying to find a job where he will allow him to take the dogs, but I'm just like, you're gonna take my 4 babies away from me. So pretty much that movie, those 2 movies were like my childhood. Not the babies, exactly. I guess I can become a cat mom. The cats would be allowed upstairs. Speaking of a baby, Motka, come back here. Motka. Mitka. Hello. 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 Where's my gold baby? So we're gonna get into like the 2 Ghibli movies. I didn't know what Studio Ghibli was until high school. And the only reason why I started watching Studio Ghibli was because we had to do this stained glass art, and I drew this dragon, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that looks like Haku. I think his name's Haku. From Spirited Away. And I'm like, who? It's like, who's that? Yeah, you didn't do well when you went to the city without them, Caro. I knew you won't live without them. So I ended up going through a lot of the Studio Ghiblis. I think there's still a few that I have not seen, but I do own quite a few of them now. And Whisper of the Heart, it is a kind of a more slower movie, and not its big grand that the Studio Ghibli is kind of known for. But I just really loved how like its little love story and stuff. Howl's Moving Castle is a very typical good like all around favorite, and one of my favorites, because we all look at Howl and we're like, woo. I just love it. That and the backgrounds in that one too are I love them. I love the backgrounds. Just anything up like that kind of like forest, like the little magical, the flower scene. Oh, my favorite. Anastasia. I watched this movie like almost like every day for like a good while, until the one program, I think it was like Stars on Demand or whatever, that we had. I know, I love their backgrounds. I wish. I would have to practice, but I wish I could just paint like that. Anastasia, like, until, like, it got taken off, like, Stars on Demand. I would watch it so often. That's actually where I end up. I did say, like, I didn't discover what Studio Ghibli was until high school. The thing is, I knew, like, 2 movies when I was little. I didn't realize that they were Studio Ghibli until way later. My first Studio Ghibli movie was Tales of the Earthsea, I think. Just because I liked how it looked, because once again, we had like Stars on Demand or whatever, and I was scrolling through and it was on it. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch this. And I was just like, oh, I love this. And then, like, I couldn't figure out what it was until I was like scrolling through and was like, wait a moment, I've seen this. And then, was it the Tales of Arrietty? Yeah, like, I happened to stumble upon it, like, by mistake, but I loved it. And then I wanted to see Arrietty. Like, I remember I think I kept telling my parents, I was like, I want to see the movie, I want to see it, I want to see it. I didn't end up seeing it until I was older, but it was just like, wow. It's like different things, like I didn't realize what they were until I was older. That was like, oh. My all-time favorite movie, Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva. I love it. The music, soundtrack, everything. Yes, I debated on putting The Cat's Return on here. I do love that movie very much, but then I was just like, I am like, there's so many good, like, movies to choose from, and then I did want to throw in, like, one show. I got to finish the first game, Caro, because the movie, in chronological order, happens after the first game. So I have to finish the first game, and then we'll have a Discord viewing party, which everyone's welcome to. I think the link might work if you !point Discord or whatever that thing is that you use to do commands. That's it. But it became more of my favorite movie, like, thanks to you. Yes, I listen to the Professor Layton music, like all the soundtracks, like of the game, of the movie. The movie's my favorite soundtrack. That I will listen to over, and then the second one is definitely the Despicable Box, or for you UK people, it's the Pandora Box, because for some reason, like, they changed the names for both, so it's like different between the US and the UK, and I'm just like, why are you guys so fancy? But hands down, I can rewatch that movie so many times. I've been trying to find it on DVD, and it's been hard since it's been out of print for so long. So usually when I go to these anime conventions, there's usually always a booth that has multiple different DVDs, and I always walk up and I'm asking if they have it. There's one booth I always go to. The person is very nice, and he's like, I know exactly what you're looking for. It's hard, but since it's been out of print for so long. And I was like, thank you. Because the other booth that I went to, he was like, no, we don't have it. And I was just like, it was the first booth I went to, and then the second guy explained it to me. I was like, thank you for explaining stuff to me instead of just being like, this stupid anime person, go away. And Bluey. Oh my god, I love Bluey. Like, the first time that I saw it, because, if you didn't know, that we run a daycare at my house. So, I am constantly watching, new, children's cartoons, especially, like, the more little kid ones. And I love Bluey. it's like I always end up having like one that I can tolerate, but this one I like was physically like when I heard the theme song, I would like do 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 do. So many Bluey merch around your house. We don't have anything Bluey like that, but definitely I do walk around saying chippies a lot. At different little things that I'm like, like definitely Bluey. And like the thing is the kids also do it too. Especially when like Bluey like first came out, like me and the kids would like when we hear the theme song, we're like Bluey. So me and the kids would run all the way over just to like watch it. My mom's just like, I've seen this episode. And I was like, I know, but it's still good. If you know which episode I'm talking about, it's the campground. I think it's called the campground one. Full blown actually made me cry. I'm like, I was sitting there and I was crying and I was just like, like, no. I'm like, I'm so sad, but I'm like happy because it's like it has like a happy ending, but like, like I was crying. It was good. I love that show. All right, reading. Reading also was a difficult list because I had so many. Like, I literally just scrolled down through all of my favorites, and I was just like, well, I have to pick. Some of these that I was reading that I ended up, like, I couldn't decide if I wanted to put them on reading or if I wanted to put them on anime. Because a lot of the ones that I really liked ended up getting an anime, which I'm happy, but it's just like, later on I was like, they weren't my favorite anime, but I did enjoy them. I did have to put Snow White with red hair at the top of the list. I know it's an anime. I enjoy the anime because I found the anime first. It was on YouTube, but I found the anime first. Love it. Absolutely, like I would rewatch it. I think I showed it to Caro, and I think we binged the entire thing either within like 2 days. Gorgeous. I love it. Most of this list is going to be romance because I love romance. Which I think that confused what UTG? Was it you that it confused? I don't remember who it confused. Where they were like, you like romance? And I was like, I love romance. Me and Mom like watch the stupid Hallmark shows every Christmas and whatever, like the holidays. And my brother's like, but it's the same plot. And yet they all sit down and watch it with us and we're like, But romance. Caro, I think the next one that you might like, another typical fantasy romance. So it says it like that, but like, oh my gosh. The care, I love the main couple. Like, that one's the only manhwa on here. The others are more manga because somehow it worked out that way. I do enjoy like the tropes that are like so overdone. Like I have so many isekai ones. I have so many it's still isekai, but it's like they like get reincarnated or whatever, like they're the villainous and like they like relive their lives and then they get like, I don't know. I don't know if it was you. There was someone else, I don't remember. Okay, wait a minute. My phone needs to be charged. And I actually forget that I can move my computer down. Since my webcam isn't attached to my the webcam anymore. So we're going to kind of shift. If I lose it for a moment. My phone was low battery, so I kind of needed to plug it in. Okay. A lot of these are gonna be... There's only one on here that's not a romance, and that's By the Grace of the Gods. It's on reading, even though it has an anime. I did not like the anime as much. They did leave out, kind of things that I thought were, like, kind of important. Like, the family thinks that he's been abused. Which is why they are nice people, but, like, they didn't show that in the anime at all. They were just, like, suddenly they picked up this kid. It was because, like, they felt bad because he was staying in the forest by himself. I love the manga. I was just like, why did you guys just... Like, I think they meant to do it, like, make it more of a comfy anime. And I was like, it was still comfy. It was just, like, they just thought that he was abused because he had, like, this high mental, like, tolerance or whatever that was just, like, very uncommon for the world unless you had been, like, really abused. So it made sense, but it was just like they got rid of it in the anime. And I was like, dang. Because that also, like, kind of explains, like, his different reactions to different things, even though, like, he wasn't, or he kind of was, but, like, it just kind of, like, numbed, seeing, like, they brought him to a big town, and then he didn't really react because he was comparing it to Tokyo, and they were like, oh, why did we bring him into, he was like, does he hate being in town? Because he was living in the forest for, like, 3 years, and they were like, oh, he doesn't want to go into town or whatever. But it was just, I still watched it all the way through, and I was just like, I enjoyed it. It was comfy, but I missed the little aspect of them adding it. I would reread this manga all the time back in college. Oh, I did translate most of all of these into their English titles, just so it was easier for me to say them. I opened a cafe in a different world. I love cooking at manga. I've always loved cooking manga, and then cooking and romance, and then isekai. Threw all of my tropes together that I loved, and I was just like, yes. I was like, this is my favorite. I ended up finding it, and it had, like, 40 chapters, but no one translated it. And I was, like, sitting there, like, as much as I would love to support, like, I feel like I can probably find it now. But back then, there was, like, 2 chapters that were translated. And I was like, you have 40 chapters! And the thing is, they're still not translated, or, like, there's more translated now, but not as much. And I was just like, I want to read. So I usually end up reading them first, and then I go and buy all of them. Kara has seen me buy manga. That's a lot of money spent. Kawaii, Hito, is so adorable. Like, hands down, I love... It is just so cute. Just like, he's like, no one loves me, and she's just over here like, I love you. And he just works at the flower shop. He's so cute. It's like a little wholesome, and I was like, oh. The Apothecary Diaries it's like historical, but like medicine. Because of Snow White with red hair, because she's, I think, like, the pharmacist of the royal, it kind of got me into, like, trying to find others that were like it, where it, like, kind of dealt with more medicine. And that led me to Apothecary Diaries, and I was like, I love it. And then it, like, it's definitely, like, kind of one of those slow burns. Like, you know she's going to get with this person, but she's over there just like, ew, you're gross. And he's just like, you don't know who I am, but I'm like, love me. She's like, no. And then the lady just wants to relax is another, is it isekai? A lot of these I can't remember if they were isekai or not, but she literally just opens a cafe and I'm like, yes, cooking and then fantasy. I'm like, my favorite. And then Love So Live is another romance one. It like she's a babysitter helping this person take care of his like niece and nephew because he cannot he was like their parents died or whatever, but he was literally he's like, I will take him. He's like either I can't remember if he was like if they were forced on him or whatever, but I think he like wouldn't allow them to go to like an orphanage or a foster home. So he was like, I'll take him. But he didn't realize how much work like to kind of like more infants or toddlers they were at the point, and him working a full-time job, he like I couldn't, so he hired like a babysitter, and I'm like, I enjoy the stories, and I'm just like, it was like definitely one of the earlier ones that I read, and I was just like, yes, I love this. I'm like trying to go through these kind of quickly because I can sit here and talk about reading all day. Hello, Otipo. And I just saw my giant ass bruise again on my leg. You have your diaper back on. She walked in here earlier and I was like, where did your diaper go? Alright. Anime. Here we go. First one. One Piece! Of course. Just of course. I love One Piece. Started watching it back in middle school. Got Karo into it because haha. Ew. Pirate adventures. Funny. Enjoyed it. People get intimidated by the length. I was just like, just start watching it. Don't think about the length. It won't do you any good. Just watch what you can at the time and then just keep going. You don't realize how far you're in. That's what happened with Kara. It wasn't until I started laughing that, yeah, Yume no Patissier is my favorite. I like, because cooking and like little magical fairies, so I'm just like, or not cooking, it's baking. Oh my gosh, that's what got me to make like cream puffs and then a few other desserts that I was just like, oh, I love this. But One Piece, oh my gosh. One Piece is like my favorite shonen. I will get back into Yume. One Piece has like everything, but they do it so well, and the world building is so good. It does everything. There are some points where people are like, oh, but the filler, and I was like, sometimes the filler is the best part. Like they do it like kind of well, even though like it won't come back as like later, because sometimes it's just in the anime. But there was this whole arc that was just filler, but it was so great. That's like literally like one of the most common jokes come from that filler. And I'm like, how could you, like, yeah, I guess you can skip the filler, but like you would miss stuff. Like the only filler that I ever skip are recap episodes where it's just full-blown recap. I'm like, it's not like I haven't been sitting here watching all of this, so bye. Etc. I'm like on my phone the entire time in case like sometimes in One Piece there's like this whole like thing, but then they add like little scenes that are different. So that was the whole reason why I would either sit through them, but I'll just be on my phone not paying attention. I do like the... Yes! Kara, wait until you get to the newer arc. They're literally set in all Japan. I will skip. Heard. Oh, yeah, the Foxy Pirates. Oh, my gosh. Like, yes, there are funny things, but I hate Foxy. I hate Foxy so much. It's like, I get why he's kind of there, but like, because you kind of need to know about his power for later on to know why Luffy reacts a certain way to the thing. And it's funny, but it's still like, oh, I guess I have to get through this part. But I love how he can, like, he can throw in anything and it works because of the different islands and stuff. Like, there's full-blown pirate dinosaurs. Pirate dinosaurs. And it fits. And I'm like, how? But I'm like, it works. And, like, I love that, like, some of the villains where you can hate their guts. Hate them. And then it'll, like, they'll come back and you're just like, I hate you, but you're not as bad anymore. And you're just like, I want to hate you. And then there's some villains where you're like, I hope you fucking die. I could sit here and talk about One Piece forever. Pokemon. Pokemon is the anime that got me into anime. I remember when people were like, Pokemon's not an anime. I was like, I came from Japan now. I was like, now I know, but Pokemon got me into gaming. Pokemon got me into anime because it, like, I started watching anime, like, bouncing off of Pokemon because one day I decided, hey, I'm going to watch all of Pokemon, and then I was like, hey, I'm going to watch all of Digimon. I watched 2 seasons of Digimon, and then, I couldn't go past this, and then, like, a few episodes, like, 1 or 2, 3 episodes of season 3, and I was like, couldn't really get into it, and then I, like, bounced from there, because I went to a show called Blue Dragon, and then I went into, like, so many others. And then I found, like, the romance ones, and I was just like, ugh. One Piece got me into watching sub, because there was 200 more episodes in sub than there was in dub, and I was like, I'm not waiting. And then Yumina Patissier, baking anime, has, like, these little fairies. I love them. The manga has quite a different ending than the anime. I love both. I do love, like, the little romance that's thrown in, and I'm just like, it's cute. It is literally my background, like, lock screen on my, like, tablet. I was like, I love, and it's a little cute art style. Cairo has watched me rewatch this thing, and she's heard the, opening of, like, the second one. But I got the first opening stuck in her head because it goes, Fua Fua Wadani? I'm butchering that probably, but it's like the fluffy, and I was like, Thank you for the head pats. Do I have, I don't have them on this page. I'm so sorry. I like, quickly made these pages. I'm so sorry. Oh, a minute. What is that one? Trigger fire? Oh! It was very quick. Where is it? Headband. Ow! There. Sorry, Scorpion, how are you? But I have baked quite, like, I took whatever, recipes that they would end up doing, and I have tried like a few. That's what made me like make like cream puffs and macarons. I failed at both. Cream puffs I can do so much better. Macarons, not so much. I make them too big, but that's just my fault. And then Ancient Maggie's Bride. Backgrounds, again, gorgeous. I love the soundtrack. I'm so excited for season 2. This is also another one that I read. I just realized I skipped over Spy X Family. I'll go back, but especially after what they did today. Kara knows. I was yelling at it earlier. I like I know there's like supposed to be like whatever, like she's supposed to be his bride, but then like they don't really quite touch up on it as much, but I think it's cute. They're like how they react to each other. I love the world. I love like all the little magic and stuff. I'm like, since the first season, before there were like these OVAs. The OVAs were the ones that I was watching because they would come out like months after, like one would come out and then like a few months later the other one would come back out. And it would take forever, and I was always so excited. Like, I think there was either, like, just 4 of them. 4 or 3. And I would get excited when there would be another one. I was like, yes! And then when I heard that it finally got a whole, like, season for an anime, I'm so excited. Like, I have the manga, and I've been reading it, and I'm, like, caught up. And I was just like, I can't wait for season 2. I want to see just all the backgrounds. The music. It was great. Spy X Family. Love it. I just love just the family dynamic. And then Anya. Gorgeous. I was like, you're so cute. And then her little face expressions are great. And I love the anime. The anime would like put so much into the thing. Like the castle episode, beautiful. They did so well off of one page. I still can't get over that the entire episode was just literally, it was just one page in the manga. But they left me on a cliffhanger this morning. I was trying to write off some nerves, and then I had a few things that updated, and Spy X Family was one of them. And it left me on a cliffhanger. I wanted to know what happened. I'm not spoiling it, but like, And then Detective Conan. I love detective stories. I love them. And I love that when people they're like, One Piece is so long. And I was like, Detective Conan's 100 episodes longer than One Piece. I need to catch up on Detective Conan. I am behind. I was behind on One Piece when I like started. I'm definitely behind on Detective Conan. I don't know where I am in Detective Conan, which is it's gonna suck trying to figure out where, but I'm just gonna have to sit down one day and figure it out. I don't care if it's like the same thing over again, where they're like, oh, who's the murderer? Like, same, like, kind of like, how do you put this? Arc? No. You know how, like, every Scooby-Doo episode's kind of same, like, they have some problem, then they get chased by monsters, like, there's, like, a formula to it. Detective Conan is kind of like that. The thing is, all the hints that they give are all in Japanese, so I can never guess which one's supposed to be the murderer, so I'm like, who is it? Oh, it was that person, but how? but I just love it. Hunter x Hunter. Um, I ended up, the only reason I ended up watching this was because of my friends in freshman year of high school were like obsessed with it, and then like they were like, oh, we should have a family tree where everyone is a character, and they gave me Phaeton, and I was like, who's Phaeton? I was like, I'll go with it, but who's that? And they're like, oh, he cuts off people's heads. And I was like, all right, I accept this. I watched the old version first. Like the 1998? Is it 8? I watched that one first. Couldn't watch the 2011 one for a while because I couldn't get used to the art style because it's a big jump between the two. Finally when I did, it was getting closer to the end of the series, so bonus on me waiting. And then I finished up the series and I was just like, ah. And then I was like, yeah, I can go watch or read the manga. And people are like, the light novel. And I'm just like, wow. I haven't gotten around to actually reading it, but I will eventually one day. And then Erased. I love how they did Erased as an anime. And then the theme song, love it. Do. It was like one of the ones that I forced my mom. She was like never gonna pick her. I don't know if she was gonna pick it, but I was just like, I'm watching this one. And I think we finished it in one night. And I was like, yes. Okay, where's my V2 person? So I'm going to Alright. Last but not least, games. Top of the list, of course, Professor Layton. Loved the game as a kid. It's followed me all the way through. You can see the image that my lovely Caro, my lovely rigger, drew for me. Mia Layton. Favorite game, I love the first one I played. It's not like the first in chronological order, but love the puzzles. Like, even though like it as a kid, it would take me forever trying to figure out the puzzles. They don't take me as long, but I used to bring them to like this bowling alley that my parents would go to. And when I would get stuck on a puzzle, I would go around asking everyone, can you solve this? And there was this one puzzle in particularly. I do plan on playing all the Professor Layton games. So I will tell you when we get to that puzzle. Because I forever will remember the solution to this puzzle. And no one could solve it. And eventually, I knew the answer. Well, I eventually learned the answer. And I walked around to everyone and I told them the answer and they were like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, yep, that's apparently the answer. I'll show you guys. It's funny. Essentially, you stick with whatever, like, 2 corks up someone's nose. And that's the answer to the puzzle. Sometimes the answers are so stupid. Pokemon. I nearly have most of all the Pokemon games. Nearly have most of all the DS games. I might be missing 1 or 2 of like the Wii games, but I'm trying to get all of the like Switch games at least. Imagine liking Pokemon couldn't be. Yeah, says the person who makes all or opens all the cards. Learn the answer. I Googled it. I didn't Google it at all. Didn't have a service or anything at that time. Couldn't really learn. Nah. You opening cards right now, Dara? Really? But pretty much Pokemon is what ended up getting me more into games. Because before, wasn't into them. Like, I played them every now and then, but, like, wasn't my like, cup of tea. And then I eventually got my very first Pokemon game, which was Pokemon Pearl, which my brother started. Model, are you okay? Oh my gosh, my model died, guys. Oh. Whee! Oh, it's still... The internet went out for a moment. Or dropped. Oh. Low film battery? That was not it. Nope. No, it wasn't. It, like, froze because my phone's plugged in right now. But, like, I saw it freeze because I saw that my OBS dropped into the red for a moment. Yeah, it's attached to that cable. I don't know if it's just being weird, but it attaches fine to the Wi-Fi, but I don't know. It's currently it's attached to my computer because that's how it's charging, but oh well. But my brother started that game. He messed up and called the person in, like, IN. And I was like, were you going for Ian? What are you doing? But I wanted Piplup and he picked Turtwig, and Turtwig grew on me. I absolutely love Turtwig. Piplup, I love Piplup, but I'm like, Turtwig. Rune Factory. Rune Factory is a game that I picked up because the cover looked like anime. And that's how I figured out what Rune Factory was. I love the game. Still haven't beaten it, which is funny, but love the game. I, like, have it. It was the first game I ever got was Rune Factory Frontier for the Wii. So the graphics were good, but that Rooney system in the thing where you have to manage all the things, etc. A crop that takes 4 days will take 14 days to grow, and it sucks. Especially when you don't realize it's a mechanic. So you're like, what the fuck's wrong? Dear too. And I'll go into Stardew, but I'm gonna jump over to Harvest Moon, because Harvest Moon is what got me into farming games, which made me enjoy Rune Factory, because Rune Factory is also a farming game. You just are able to fight monsters and befriend them. The first Harvest Moon game, my brother's friend gave to me. And I played that thing. I was so close to beating it, and then he's like, can I have it back? And I'm like, no. I think I finally have the game. I think I have it for the Wii, though. And for some reason, for the GameCube, you could be a boy or a girl. For the Wii version, you only can be a boy. And I was like, why did you go backwards? And I was just like, why? I was just like, I can't believe you've done this. And then Stardew Valley came out at, like, the perfect time. Especially since the Harvest Moon games, they were becoming bad. Like, I don't know, like, what they were going for. They ended up rebranding under another game called Story of Season, which that's what you should play. I think they still come out with Harvest Moon games, but they're not, like, as good anymore as, like, the older ones. Which there's a current one coming, or supposed to be getting remade. And I was like, Another Wonderful Life. I was like, are we gonna have more than 10 days per season? And if you're a girl, I still have to get married within the first year or it's game over? Because that was the thing in Another Wonderful Life, is if you were playing the girl and you didn't get married in the first year, it was game over. If you were a boy and you didn't get married in the first year, it was whatever. Like, you can continue playing, but if you're a girl, you're just like, what do you mean you didn't get married? Da-da-da. Yeah. And I was just like, ah. And the thing is, I didn't realize, because I'm so used to Harvest Moon games having, like, 28 days, that I didn't realize I only had 10 days per season. So it was like the sudden shift, because I had the game. I got the game for, like, GameCube, which I play on the Wii. That when I was playing it, it was like suddenly the season shift, and I was like, what? And then I, like, read up on it, and they're like, oh yeah, you need to get married before the end of the year. And I was just like, huh? I was like, I couldn't even decide on which bachelor I wanted, and I was like, suddenly I'm like, any will do at this point. Married? Yes. Yes, mijos. I needed to get married before the end of the year, or it was game over in the game. It was just like, ugh. It was a little, like, shocking, and I was just like, okay, it's an older game, but I've, like, played ones that are kind of around the time, but I was just like, you know what, whatever. Mijos! But welcome in, mijos. Do you like my model? Stardew Valley. Oh my gosh, I love Stardew Valley. I have over 1,000 hours into Stardew Valley, and we're supposed to start maybe in Glow Lab soon. Some more hours. Surprise! Well, I already was looking at all the bachelors, but then I didn't realize I had to decide so soon, because I was like, oh, I don't know which one I want. But that one, I was like, once I figured out that I only had so much time, I was like, I had to pick. So I think I either am, like, trying to romance all of them, or I'm trying to romance one. And I think it's the grumpy guy. I'm pretty sure it's the grumpy guy. But in Stardew Valley, I was playing it. Like, I was definitely playing it before multiplayer. Why are you yelling? Why? Kara, thank you for gifting that sub to me, host. Except Fluffy, yes. And they, like, they wiggle. I love messing around with the model. I was messing with it last night, too. But I literally have only married, like, 2 people in Stardew Valley. And forever, Honey Boo, Sebastian. The thing is, I don't care that he smokes, because I don't have to smell it. I understand, like, I could never date anyone in real life if they actually smoked. But in games, I don't have to smell it. You can do whatever you want. Female switch. The only other person I married was Shane, because I felt bad in one game, and I was like, you know what, whatever. And I think that was, like, my second playthrough, and then the rest of the time that I played through was either, was mostly just Sebastian, because I was like, woo. But, okay, moving on, it's like, my time at Portia and then Sandrock. Didn't really understand more of the building aspects of it, but I loved it. Like, I was trying to find something that was, like, more Stardew, and it was great. You didn't realize that she ate rocks? That's, like, literally when you give her stuff, she's like, oh, thanks, munch. And I'm like, you do you, I guess. She's just unique, Daro. You never gave her rocks? Really? Amethyst is like her favorite. And I just kicked the mic. Spit the rock out right now. You tell that to Abby. I ain't getting in between her and that rock. My amethyst. But the My Time at series, I spend so much time just going through everything. And then I love the romance options. I love the diverse. I'm really hoping that they will make Logan a romance option in the newer game. I'm waiting for another story update to come out. I'm like, they added more like character building, I guess. I don't know, more events or stuff to the characters. That was the latest update. Our Life is the first game, or the first completed series on that I streamed, which is also the longest series. But I'm glad I did finish it. I really enjoyed. I can't wait for the second game to come out. I am a Patreon of the series, so I've been watching seeing all the little updates coming through, and I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited and can't wait. The Derek DLC did come out, but I might wait for Baxter's DLC to come out too. To just get both. And maybe then I'll just play both. But I love that it's just this little life sim that you're just like living out. Slice of lives are also great. I love reading about them. And then like I didn't know what to put for my last one. So it was like The Sims. I end up just playing The Sims. I love like just building the characters and like putting them through like little stories. And then you like completely never play them again. I'm just like, yeah, this is how that goes. I suck at building houses though. I can do characters, I can't do houses. I like make the house too big and then like so little furniture so they're so empty. I was like, I can't. And well, that's it for those panels because I didn't draw anymore because I was tired. But what we can do is now do the showcase. Which a lot of people were probably like, why are you talking for so long? Because I like talking about the stuff I like. But yeah, we can do the showcase. I'm like trying to decide how I'm doing all this. Okay, you know, here. We can start at the feet like Haro does. So here are my shoes. My little fuzzy shoes. Beep, beep. My little Converse. They're so fuzzy. Band. They're shoes, Dara, not feet. And then we travel up. And you see my little leggings. Oh my gosh. And then we have my skirt. And then my fluffy coat. Fluffy. The fluffy coat took forever to draw. My hands. Itty bitty hands. A strand of hair. We have stuff. And then there's me. So, I have a few expressions. Is that a person? Alright, so I am able to try to remember what I put the keys as. Oh no! Caro! So, something happened, oh no! Something happened, after I forgot, so the model deleted itself off of my computer. Hi. We're gonna quickly do this. The model deleted itself off the computer. Currently all the keybinds are in the wrong place. We fixed it before, but then I completely forgot because it was late that I forgot to actually fix them. Because, yeah. So I had kind of fight with it because it wasn't showing me where the model went, so I had to re-download it, like extract it and everything, and okay, that's it. Okay, now we can do this. Yes, scuff it will always happen in these streams. Okay, now I can take off my hood. We're going to ignore that the hood is gone. But yeah, I have my own. I can take it off. And then here. Whee! I have the option to taking off the full jacket. But it's cold, so we leave it on. And then I can blush. What do you mean? Nathan. And then when video games decide to piss me off, I have something for this too. I'm still angry at Late Night Mop for that. And then when the scuff just gets really bad, or the video games decide to break me, I can cry. Oh, and then there's this redeem. That Caro decided to add. A bald Wolfie is what I am. I can't believe her. We always blame the necromancer. Can't believe they did this. But I love my hair because it took forever. Like I had to draw each strand because I had nothing. Like I couldn't cheat. But yes, so far, good. I just love all the little wiggle. Bald with hood. Wiggle. I will possibly ask Daro how to do the one thing he does to make him look cursed. Figure out how to do it myself. Cause I can make it a redeem to take off the hood. Maybe to take off the full jacket too, but I was like, I don't know why you guys want me to be cold. Why? I don't want to be cute. Why? Hello? Yeah, I'm enjoying being a Live2D. It's been a while. Last time I nearly dropped my tea. Last time I was a cookie. And then I was showed Caro for a moment. I can actually show you guys since I am on YouTube Studio that I can actually show you guys what they originally looked like. You can see my first form that only showed up, I think, in 2 streams. But then I liked how the cookie version looked more. And to be fair, I think they're all rigged by Caro, but it's just Caro's better. Caro got better. Okay, we're going to start with the one that appeared in 2 streams. Hi. So so yeah, designs have changed. One of my very first, yes. This one didn't show up as much. I can't quite move very well in this one. But you can kind of tell that the eyes have not changed as much. My teeth did go to being dark, but other than that, and then my eyebrows are dark as well. I forgot. I'm like sitting there trying to click, and I was just like, what am I doing? And then there's this one. This one was drawn by Kalo. So we all had our own versions. Oh god, I like freaked it out for a moment. This one I liked just because it kind of looked snug, and then I can blink. But yeah, and then it was just Vivroid. Then I just went to Vivroid because, yeah, we all had like a little cookie runner. Because that's where Caro's cookie form comes from. My eyes. So, how did you guys like it? I think Caro did a wonderful job. Especially with all the layers I gave her. And I'm glad she put up with me. Tasty cookie. You leave my cookie form alone. We do not eat meat. Because I'm so grateful of Caro. So this will be fun. Especially when we get into more of the Professor Layton. Because it might hurt me. And then I get to go delete all these lore pages because I don't need them anymore. Excited. Yes. Glad. And Stardew, yes! I can't wait. I do need to get that PNG thing in case stuff kind of goes haywire and not even my Vroids want to work. My eyes. Alright, I need to be right back screen, which I guess it's just another thing to add to the list of things I need to draw along with the emotes. So I'll probably end up doing, when I get my tablet, we'll possibly redraw the lore video. And then like first we'll do the emotes. So if you want to show up on the emote stream, because at that point I might take requests of different types of emotes, because I do have a few more open slots that I kind of need to figure out what I'm doing with. Because I'm gonna end up putting the Wheezy emote in. But it's like, sometimes I cannot remember what I need to do. But, yep, so it'll be emotes, with your face. Be right back screen, because I feel like that's just an image. I do not have any fancy ones. We'll be wearing Dara's face. Just put leave the ears on. I might do my backgrounds. I did feel like actually drawing my own backgrounds. These were kind of just placeholders, but they have been placeholders for a while. So I might do that first before I do the lore stream. But my goal is to make it as like kind of a little bit more professional-ish. So yeah, Dota, I might still go through that funny route because I do enjoy how funny it kind of came out as. Oh, thank you for the head pat. Oh my gosh. I'm like debating if I should end or should I play more Professor Layton. Though,
Oh my god, you're so fucking cute!
Thanks, still so big, and you too, and thank you, Cara. Okay. Wolfie, get this guy or something. Yeah. Okay,